Sydney and Victoria, hi, how are you?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
Good. It's just the two of you tonight, right?
Yeah.
All right. How did you choose to get involved with this? Like, what motivated you?
We just really like the idea of talking about our pieces about racism, and we both just really liked the idea of talking about it in front of a crowd.
Okay, and you work video into the presentation tonight, is that correct?
Some people that were unable to make it here, we video recorded them so that they could still be a part of this.
All right, well, let's do it. Representing Iroquois High, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Iroquois. Oh.
In May 2022, 10 people lost their lives and 3 people were injured at a top store in Buffalo, New York, for no reason other than the color of their skin. Despite achievements by people of color in all areas, including those as diverse in engineering, space exploration, writing, medicine, law enforcement, and the presidency of the United States, racism and prejudice still exist. Quality of character, work ethic, achievement, empathy, and love are ignored, and people are judged and found lacking, dehumanized over the amount of melanin in their skin. While our country's history awarded status and power based on skin color, it was at the expense and exploitation of those easily visualized as being different, and therefore not considered eligible for the same rights. While our country's history, in 2023, we are far removed from this system and believe that all men, women, and children are truly created equal and entitled to the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness without fear or repercussion, and to be judged on the content of their character and not the color of their skin.
We need to overcome that hate, replace it with love. Show the whole world what it's capable of. People shouldn't cry, people shouldn't die. People should be free to live their lives in a world where their lives matter.
We have either experienced or heard stories about people having ethnic names being made fun of, and adults as well as peers saying that their names are too hard to pronounce and either Americanizing it or making it easier, instead of taking the time and effort to learn how to pronounce it correctly. These names are proudly given by parents, passing down heritage and legacy to their children, and carried by children who should have their worth respected and valued. Actor Uzo Maka Abdullah, known for her movie Miss Virginia and the TV series Orange is the New Black, speaks about growing up in a small New England town where there are not a lot of Nigerian Americans, or names like hers, and asked her mother if she could change it to Zoe when she was a kid. When her mother questioned why she wanted to do that, she shared that people couldn't pronounce it, would pronounce it wrong, or would make fun of it. Her mother responded if they can learn how to say Tchaikovsky or Dostoevsky, they can learn how to pronounce Uzo Maka. We agree.
To overcome the hate, replace it with love. Show the whole world what it's capable of. People shouldn't cry, people shouldn't die. People should be free to live their lives in a world where their lives matter.
Is mostly a white country because we're in the Eastern Europe. We do have tourists and immigrants coming to our country that are different color than ours, so non-white, we as a country never really discriminate against them. We don't base what they are and what are they gonna eat, dress, or be at their beat somewhere based on who they are and what their color is. We just treat everybody as people, and whoever comes to our country is a human being after all, before everything, not after all. I think it's because Europe has gone through a lot of things, and Serbia has been through a lot of things on its own. Like, we were slaves for Turkish people for like 500 years. I feel like we just went through a lot as a nation, and we just cannot treat another human being as they're not enough, because we know what that was when we were slaves for 500 years. And I just feel like that is something that everybody should think about, because we're all human beings before everything.
We need to overcome the hate, replace it with love, show the whole world what it's capable of. People shouldn't cry, people shouldn't die, people should be free to live their lives in a world where their lives matter.
Shakira Autry and her boyfriend, Trent, heard some calling for help during the raging snowstorm last December. They discovered 64-year-old Joe White in a snowbank, his clothes frozen to his body, ice covering his exposed hands. They quickly brought him inside. Audrey used a blow dryer to melt the ice, fed White, and started a Facebook live stream for medical advice after she was unable to get a response from 911 or the National Guard. She was put on a list due to the large amount of people in need during this event. She said, "I don't care about nothing else. This man is not about to die up here." A group of men saw Audrey's videos and arrived at her home to help. They carried White outside, wrapped him in a blanket, and drove him to the hospital for treatment for his injuries. White, who is developmentally disabled, is believed to have ventured out in sub-zero conditions to work his job.
27-year-old Jay Whitney was stranded in his car during last December's epic storm, with no heat longer available. He sought safety elsewhere. Unable to find a place to keep warm, he broke a window in a school building to gain access to heat and shelter. It was a matter of survival. "It was just a very scary situation to be in," he said. Whitney then went back to find other people stranded in their cars to get them safety inside school. They broke a lock to get food from the cafeteria and blankets and water from the nurse's office. Whitney left a note apologizing for the damage he caused. With several people freezing to death in their cars during the storm, police credit Jay Whitney with saving 24 lives and considering him a hero.
Shakira and Jay Whitney show us what is possible in the world without racism. We need to overcome the hate, replace it with love, show the whole world what it is capable of. People shouldn't cry, people shouldn't die, people should be free to live their lives in a world where their lives matter.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'll have you guys come over here. Sydney and Victoria. And all your classmates that helped out with this. It's nice to, was it hard to get people involved, or were people eager to get their message out?
It was a little bit of a mix of both. Like, it was just like, some people were really want to do this, and other people were kind of just on the border of.
You're not sure till you try it, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what our judges thought. Ed, impressions of what you saw tonight from Iroquois.
This was awesome. You know, I never know what to expect when our students are going to take the stage. And we've obviously seen some fantastic performances already using a variety of different music and art themes. This was different, and I really loved it because it brought home the pain and the tragedy that we see around our own community. I got goosebumps when I saw the visual representation and that tribute to those amazing folks that we lost in May of 2022. It was very stirring to see that. And when you see the hope that's brought forward with the recovery from the blizzard and people coming together and wrapping their arms around each other in the middle of adversity, it brings such amazing hope. The other piece that I loved about this was the inclusivity of your other students participating via video. I wish they were here so that we could applaud them and show them how much we appreciate that. I thought that was especially cool to not lose their voices and to bring their voices to the stage. And I don't want to forget the visual art representations up on the screen. I'm not sure who did that, but it was really cool to see that juxtaposed with the students doing their performances and their talking points on stage at the school. Very, very well done.
Thank you very much, Ed. Victoria, who did the artwork that we saw?
It was Ash.
Okay, all right, Ash did it.
Ash did it.
Right,
I
Ash did
should have known that.
Lori Fry, thoughts on what you saw tonight from Iroquois?
Well, I just love that the overwhelming message was replacing hate with love. And I think that alone, if you took nothing away from the performance, just that line alone rings true. Obviously, very sobering elements, especially for us who live in this community. That was very brave, sobering, sad, but that message was the positive element, and I think we'll all never forget that. Great job.
All right, thank you very much, Lori. And Vinny DeRosa, tell me about what you saw tonight, your thoughts, the impact it made on you.
Yeah, that was very, very touching. Like Lori said, anybody who's lived here and who has been around the last year and a half, I think, was maybe moved to their memory of some of what the visuals brought to our memories. Were you girls responsible for the directing or the editing of that film altogether? What was that?
Sydney?
We kind of all just worked together to bring all of this together and to be able to present it here in front of everyone.
Yeah, so you two directed everybody and brought them together. You guys kind of spearheaded this thing, in which case you can see what effort that took, and it was really beautiful the way you gathered your classmates together to pay such a touching tribute. So kudos to you. Very good.
Thank you very, very much, Vinny. Make sure you tell everybody involved how much we enjoyed what we saw tonight. Thank you. We'll have you move stage right.